Hello boys, it is me, Cough Syrup Connolly here. It's good to see you. I wanted to go over the Enchantress today. Now, there's going to be more videos of this coming in the future. If you've been subbed for a while, you know that this is by far my favorite build, so I'm so happy to see more people covering it, particularly like Macro Bio Boy, so shout outs to him, just bringing more attention to this beautiful off-meta build. I'm so happy to see more people covering it. And boys, I just wanted to get a video out to break down a budget Enchantress to a degree. Now, it's not going to be the most optimal budget, but it is a really good idea to kind of show you guys how successful you can get this thing to function with a minimal amount of runes and everything like that. So this is exactly what we're covering today. Now, we're not going through a leveling process. That could be another video, potentially. I wanted to focus on Players 1 Hell Cows. I feel like that is a good ceiling for someone to meet just farming by themselves. Perhaps you play by yourself, boys, or offline, or whatever it may be. But I feel like Players 1 Hell Cows is a decent place to test, don't you? So that is what we're doing today. And I wanted to go through what is the lowest ceiling, right? For that. What I kind of mean is what is the least amount of gear and the cheapest amount of rune investment to help us clear Players 1 Hell Cows by ourselves, okay? That is the whole aim of this. Now, I've got a couple of things I wanted to test, and I'm going to show you exactly how those have been going, okay? Now, what do we have? Really quickly, we are going to be running an Enchantress. So for those who don't know, who haven't seen this before, what kind of rock are you living under, my brother? But this is massive now. We're part of the meta. Off-meta boys, unite. Jesus. Hey? Oh? That is the dumbest shit I've ever done. Someone call me out, please. We've got Frost Nova, Frozen Armor, 1-point wonders down here to max energy shield and TK, telekinesis. But this is your main gist, right? We've got Warmth, we've got Enchant, and Fire Mastery is maxed out. So, for those who are not up to speed, Enchant is now successfully double dipping as it's supposed to, with the plus fire damage from Fire Mastery, which is applying directly to bow damage, right? So if we're using something like a Demon Machine, which is well known in this exact case, you know, the Fire's explosive arrows or bolts is going to be applying that enchant damage directly in the AoE. Because the Fire's explosive arrows or bolts little affix here, or whatever you call it, the unique modifier, right, for lack of a better term, is actually a, it functions as a skill as the Amazon's explosive fire's arrow or bolts, right? So the explosive arrow skill in an Amazon, it kind of treated the same here in this regard. So it has a hidden level value, which I've forgotten of the Demon Machine. But basically, it gets, for that reason, a full amplification of all of your enchant damage, right? Basically, more fire damage, bing, bang, boom, kill shit, get high runes, yeah boy, it makes sense, right? Easy monkey brain, break it down. Now, what we're kind of doing here is we've got fuck all gear, as you can clearly see. Now, how much is fuck all gear? So, for our gear, what we're going to do to start with is we are only going to have a Demon Machine, okay? Only a Demon Machine, socketed with a Shale or a 15 IES Jewel that is going to help us reach 2.27 APS, which is important because that is the highest achievable frame without fanaticism and all of that gobbledygook, because that's not logical to fit in the in-game build, and we're not even anywhere near talking about that yet, okay? So that is just important for us to shoot faster. For our Mercenary, alright, we are only going to be having a Kuko. Now, Kuko with a Shell to reach higher attacks per second. If you can get something else to buff up attack speed, she can shoot faster as well. But our Enchant is not only buffing her arrows, right, from Kuko, fires explosive arrows or bolts, but it's also buffing up her exploding arrow. Hey, boys, there we go. So if we're looking over at our Enchant, we have level 20, okay? I want to show you first what a base enchant is going to be working with. Yeah, so level 62 is all you would need minimum to get this thing going, okay? So I'm going to enchant myself, enchant the Mercenary. Sure, we can chuck on a little bit of this, a little bit of that for survivability. Now my damage is at 2k per shot with not a single plus skill to see anywhere on Earth. Okay, boys? Who cares about the other stats? It doesn't matter. We're not showcasing that. Mercenary is 1277. Yeah? let's hop in cows. Let's chuck this on players 1, which it should already be. And I'll show you how this performs with 0+ skills on players 1 Hell Cows. I don't want to go straight into an elite pack. I want to show you a nice clean example. Let's start here, right? Let's get a little bit of distance in between. There's a nice small pack to start with. Look at that. Obviously a wee bit slow, but for players 1 cows, boys, with not a single plus skill, we are getting things done. Are we not? It's great teleporting around. You can position your Act 1 Fire Rogue Mercenary with you, and my god, you guys shoot so fast together. And you just wait till we put some attack speed on and some more plus skills. You boys are going to be wreaking more havoc than 9/11. This is absolutely superb. The great thing about, you know, the buff damage in this build, well, not buff damage, they've actually, you know, fixed the bug damage if you look at it that way. We don't actually need to feel super reliant on Infinity on the higher end to kind of clear. With an Act 1 Rogue Mercenary, you can both hop around and deal both explosive arrows, get the full benefit of enchant on both of you with use of weird unique bows, such as Kuko, and then also the Demon Machine. I mean, if you boys only find one Kuko, for example, or even something like a Ravenclaw, you can wear that and chuck anything on your mercenary. Make a bloody insight bow now, boys, okay? Stop complaining at me. But she still shoots arrows. Explosive arrows. So if I take off, her fire damage is still 800, and she's still going to be doing explosive fire damage. There we go. Obviously not anywhere near as frequently, but she still does good fire damage. It's so nice to have her as a support, so we not feel like we're stuck to an Act 2 mercenary with Infinity, Polearm, like every single other boy, every single mum and their bloody dad, you know? It's just wild. That gives you an idea, right, of what we're kind of working with. 20 enchant, only 20 base skills. This is a players 1 unique mob right here. I don't even have a Fire Sunder or anything, boys. Let's kill this one boy and go back to town. Incredible, if you ask me. Now, I don't have my tome, so I'm going to have to TP back and hopefully not die. Or if I die, that would be one quick way to get back to town, wouldn't it? There we go. TP. And can I get in? Can I TK? Okay. Sheesh. Okay, that's going to be a little bit dodgy getting back in. But I wanted to show you boys what it's going to be like with a little bit of gear. Now, what kind of gear are we going to chuck on? Mage Fist. +1 skill, gives us 20 FCR, allows us to hit 11th frame, faster cast rate breakpoint, if I am recalling that correctly. Other bits of gear that I want is I'm going to chuck on some Grand Charms. Now, 1, 2, 3 fire skillers, that is the equivalent of getting a magic +3 fire skill amulet. Very cheap, pretty easy to get, honestly, to start off with. Might be a little bit annoying to find because just for the reason that not many people pick them up in the first place. But you will find them eventually, whether gambling, to do crafting, or anything like that. It is attainable, okay? Now, the other 1, 2, and 3, picture that we're getting that from other bits of gear. Maybe +1 from a lore, +2 from enlightenment, like that. Alright? We could have +2 from a circlet, and we could have +1 from a Viper Magi's, for example. You can even get the same as the amulet, +3 on a fire circlet, boys. So think of it like that. We have a +3 magic circlet right here with these 3, and then a +3 magic amulet with these 3. On Switch, we have a +2 Sork Skills Staff, which I shopped, which is absolute trash. Think of this as a simple +2 to skills spirit. Okay? All of this is buffing up our enchant. This is extremely bare bones. This is very achievable plus skill gear. Okay? I understand that maybe finding a Mage Fist at the start is going to be more difficult than finding a Demon Machine or a Kuko, but it's just there for the FCR and it is very relevant, and I still think it is reasonably cheap in comparison to other items that I cut out of this budget. Now, in other things in terms of budget is a hustle. I'll chuck this here so you can see it, I apologize. So this gives attack speed, which we would usually rely on the treachery, but it's a lot cheaper. So only having a shell co-eld gives us 40% increased attack speed with other great buffs, but we only care about the attack speed, so then a laser here can shoot out so many more exploding arrows a lot faster alongside us. Makes us little machine gun go bang, right? Yeah, boys. So let me get some bolts, and then I want to show you what this looks like. So if we enchant up on Switch, we are at 29 up from level 20, yeah? So if we look at our damage, we're up to 4,960 in comparison to Blank Slate was only 2,000 damage. Now we could still kill at 2,000, so it can kind of give you an idea of, you can probably already picture, right, how much faster we're going to be when we hop in. Now, hopefully I don't die instantly when I hop in here. Let's see. Ah, not bad. Okay. So let's hop over here and clear. This is Players 1 Halcal still. I haven't changed anything. Okay. Mercenary still got the Kuko as I showed. She's doing over 2,000 damage. We're doing over double. I would say 60 or 70%. No. 160-70% more damage with our enchant. Crazy. On Switch, it is 29. 9 skills up. And we don't even have any of this here, boys. Obviously, we just got the skills, which represents the two, the circlet and the amulet, which I said, but you can get the idea. How strong you can push this with minimal plus skill gear. Okay? This is player 1. Only player 1. So if you want to join with some boys and shoot around, that's fine. You know, obviously one thing to bear in mind is resistances is a little bit difficult in this build. That's something I'll cover in other variants of this when you're farming TZs or magic finding. We can go through options to cover yourself with resistances. But if you just want to use this where it is, you know, probably best suited, clearing cows with high pierce, with Demon Machine, this is the way to do it, boys. I hope this helps you guys see how easy this is to start off with. All you really need is a Demon Machine, basically, or a Kuko, one or the other to start with. Pair up with an Act 1 Fire Rogue Mercenary is more important than any of these bases because she shoots intermittently exploding arrow and fire arrow, which all applies directly your enchant over, and Bob's your uncle, mate. More plus skills, more gear. Kuko is cheap, Demon Machine is cheap. I mean, what more do you want, boys? Look at this damage for players 1. I mean, imagine in like a week's time or 2 weeks' time when I drop a GG Bulbasaur video again, and you'll be like, oh my god, Billy, this is crazy. And I'll be like, yeah, mate, I warned you. I did. I warned you.